Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, I told you how we can dilute a concentrated acid, right? That is how we can lower down the hydrogen ion concentration. Now the word concentration or the concentrated acid, dilute acid, this we did in the previous lecture. But how can we come to know how strong an acid is? Strong means the hydrogen ion concentration in it. How can we come to know quantitatively what amount of hydrogen ion is present in an acid? Right? So that is the topic for today. How strong are acid or base solution? How can we know whether any acid is strong or weak, or a base is strong or weak? Now this usually we come to know through a universal indicator. We can measure this by a universal indicator. Indicators you have learned, right? Now what is a universal indicator? It is a mixture of several indicators. The indicators that you have already learned. So this is a mixture of several indicators. And we can come to know about the hydrogen ion concentration by knowing the pH. Now what is this word pH? pH actually means power of hydrogen. The power of hydrogen ions in any solution. Right? This P actually it comes from a German word which means potence. Or we can also say it as power. Power of hydrogen. Now this pH scale, what is a pH scale? It is a scale used for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. Now any pH, if we want to know that, we can use this scale, pH scale, which varies from 0 to 14. Right? There is a scale first we can even learn about this, that a paper impregnated with a universal indicator is used for measuring pH. Actually, we have the pH paper in the labs also. When we do the experiment, we have the pH paper. Now, what is that pH paper? It is a paper which is impregnated with the universal indicator. And it shows different colors in that. Right? We have different colors. Now, what are those different colors? I'll tell you. Now, from 0 to 14 is the range of pH. In between, number 7. At 7, it is neutral. 7 shows neutral, which is green in color. Right? The color here is green. Below 7, right? Like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It indicates the acidic nature, right, of any solution. If we get the color when we see it through the pH paper, and the colors, as I was telling you, here these are all shades of orange and red. It starts from yellow, then orange, and then moving on to bright red towards this side. So here lower is the pH value, that is 1, 2, 0. So lower the pH value, more is the hydrogen ion concentration. Right? That is, it will be more acidic. As we move from 7 to 0, the acidic nature goes on increasing. that is the H ion concentration will go on increasing. And from here, from this side, as we move from 7 to 14, that is at 7 it is green in color, and then it becomes blue, purple and then blue. It moves like this, green to purple to blue. That side it becomes more alkaline, right? Here the hydrogen ion goes on decreasing. As we move from 7 to 14, the hydrogen ion will go on decreasing, right? So that will show the alkaline nature or the basic nature of any solution. And we can match the color of a solution when we are testing whether it is more basic or more alkaline or strong acid or strong base. We can match the color with this paper, pH paper, which is impregnated with the universal indicator. And the color match will tell us whether it is, suppose it is showing yellow color, right? So it will be somewhere here like 6 or 5 with the pH scale 6 or 5. Then if it becomes orange, it will be 4, 3 like this, and then towards the red shade, right? Same way this side also. It is green, then purple, and then it becomes dark blue in color. So this side shows acidic nature, that side shows alkaline, 7 to 14. Not 7, 7 is neutral, 8 to 14, and this side it will be 6 to 0, 7 will be neutral, right? So, what are strong acids? The acids which give rise to more hydrogen ions in a solution, they are strong acids. Acids which give rise to less hydrogen ions in solution, they are weak acids. The same we can say for the bases also, the same way. Now, we will learn what role this pH plays in our everyday life. Role of pH in everyday life. pH plays a very important role. Our body, that is the body of animals as well as plants, right? Animals and plants, they work well when the pH range is between 7 to 7.8. Our body works well. That is very minimum range, 7 to 7.8. Our body works very well. Even the animals, you know, when this acid rain, rain water, which has pH below 5.6, right, below 5.6, that becomes acidic rain. And when this acidic rain, it falls in water bodies, if it is more in quantity, that will turn the even the water body in whichever it is falling, that will also turn acidic in nature, and that may even kill the aquatic life. It will disturb the aquatic life, the aquatic plants as well as the aquatic animals. The fish may even die in this range, right? In acidic range. In soil, the optimum range is, the optimal range is 7. If the soil is more acidic or more alkaline, the plants will not grow well in this kind of soil. Then what is done? If it is more acidic, that is, if the pH range is below 7, what is added to it? Either calcium hydroxide or calcium carbonate. That is added to it so that it may neutralize the acidity. You know, if base is added, now these are basic in nature. If they will be added to acidic soil, they will neutralize it, right? Or if the soil is more alkaline, more basic, then manure or compost, that is the decayed organic matter, that can be added to the soil so that may neutralize it and the soil becomes good for the plants, right? The plants can be grown in it. We can even test the acidity or the basicity of soil by just putting a little water in the soil, right? Taking it in a test tube, then put some water in the test tube, and then we can put the pH paper in it and we can test whether it is acidic, basic or neutral, right? Now, in our digestive system, right, in human digestive system, there also pH plays an important role. You know, we have learnt that in our stomach acid is present, hydrochloric acid is present, which is usually present to kill the bacteria or to make the medium acidic for pepsin to work well. Now sometimes what happens during indigestion, usually this helps in the digestion, but sometimes during indigestion the acidity may increase, right? And we have a burning sensation. This increase in acidity or increase in acid may also cause ulcers sometimes in the stomach. So it is not good if the HCl increases. Now how can we reduce that? By taking some antacids. They are known as antacids. These antacids, they are basic in nature. For example, milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia, that is magnesium hydroxide, right? Or we take eno fruit salt. What is that eno fruit salt? That is also basic in nature. So that neutralizes the acid and we feel better after that. So these antacids, what is their main function? To neutralize the excess acid present in our stomach, right? Then another thing, this pH, it has an important role in our mouth also. The range of pH in our mouth should be 5.5, right? That is above 5.5 you can say, because tooth decay, that will start if the pH range is below 5.5. Now, you know the tooth enamel, which is present above the tooth, that is the hardest tissue present in our body, which do not get decomposed by water or anything. But if the pH range is below 5.5, that can even decay the tooth enamel. Now, how this acid, it increases in our mouth. What happens is, when we eat the food, the food particles, the sugars, that remain inside our body, inside our mouth, right? And the bacteria which are present in the mouth, they start degrading that food, and the sugars also which are present along with that, and that creates an acid in our mouth. So that causes the tooth decay. And to prevent this tooth decay, what should be done? We should use a toothpaste which is basic in nature. And another thing, we should always rinse our mouth after eating the food, and especially if we are eating anything which is very sugary, like the toffees, chocolates, etc. It is compulsory that we rinse our mouth after that, so that we can save our teeth from getting decayed. Now, apart from this, some plants and animals, they also have a self-defense mechanism where they use this pH. How they use it? Like honeybees, right? Now, honeybee, when they sting, they release an acid which is known as methanoic acid, or it is also called formic acid. Methanoic acid or formic acid. Now, they leave that acid, they have an acid in the sting. So whenever a honeybee stings, what happens? You must have felt the area where it stings, that becomes reddish and swollen. That is because of the acid they leave in the body. And because this is acid, what can be done? Either baking soda or can be rubbed on that part, that will neutralize the effect of acid, or the washing soap, because that is also basic in nature, that can be rubbed so that the acidic nature is neutralized and you will feel a relief after that. But the wasp, if you are stung by a wasp, that leaves a base, and that can be you can get a relief from that by rubbing either vinegar, which is acidic in nature, that will neutralize the effect of the base, or anything which is acidic like lime, that is lemon, etc. Some lemon juice, etc. on it, that will neutralize the effect. Even ant sting, that also leaves the same acid, methanoic acid or formic acid, right? Then some of the plants also, like, they also protect themselves by some plants like nettle leaves. They also have sting in their leaves, and they also leave an acid, the same acid, methanoic acid or formic acid, right? If you just touch that leaf, what will happen? There will be swelling and reddishness all over. But along with these nettle leaves, wherever they grow, they are mostly found in the mountainous regions, right? And wherever these nettle leaves grow, along with that, there are certain broad dock leaves also growing. And these nettle leaves are acidic in nature, these dock leaves, they are basic in nature. If you just pluck these dock leaves and rub them over the stung area, you will get a relief. Right? So this is how even the plants and animals, they also have a defense mechanism. Right? So this is all about this, about the pH, etc. Now in the next topic, we'll further take about the salts. Right? So till then, you study about this and learn more examples. Try to get some more examples if you can. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.